I turned her around, I grabbed her hand and I turned her around. I was like, listen, I was like, you giving me a hard time, I don't play that shit. I was like, listen, I was like, you trying to give me a hard time, I don't play that shit. I was like, yo, I was like, we gonna have a good day. I was like, we gonna make this day count. I was like, I ain't pop out for no reason. You could go home. She like, oh boy, I drove 30 minutes. You gonna send me home? I was like, if I have to, I will. Like y'all, like y'all still on business. I was like, if I have to, I will. We gonna do that. I was like, we gonna go in here. We gonna get the popcorn. We gonna sit down and we gonna talk, right? So alright, cool. YouTube, what's poppin', man? Your boy Moneybag, you know what I'm saying? Back with another video here. But listen, we gonna start off the video with the Gold Peak iced tea. A lot of y'all don't really know what this is, and you probably never gonna know. But if you go to Wingstop, they got 3 different flavors. Go try it. You feel what I'm saying? Tell Rick Ross I sent you. But we gonna take a little sip before the video start. Now, mind you, this shit is a little bitter because what you say, you know, hold up. Hey, focus? Come on, man. It ain't even, oh yeah, 0 sugar. Sweet tea, you get what I'm saying? Cause something coming right around. Nigga trying to have a 6-pack in 2 days, you feel what I'm saying? But, so today we gonna go into another story time, man. My last story time was about the edibles. That was a fun / traumatic trip, I'm not even gonna hold you. If you took an edible, you know, and you know. If you haven't, go listen to that video and let me know if you still want Poppy. The choice is yours, my brother, or sister, or cousin, whoever you is. Don't say a nigga ain't tell you. But let's get into this one, man. Today we gonna talk about the time I lost my V car. Ooh. Like I said, this was a fun day. To me, it was just all over the place though. But you know, so I'm explaining the little sequence of whatever, right? I'm gonna make this a long story, but a long story short. Like, I'm not gonna go on a rant about it, but I'm gonna give y'all the good details in a short amount of fashion, and we gonna put them bitches together for a great story time, right? So I come across this girl profile on Instagram, right? And she got some banging ass eyes. Like, she posted a picture trying to look sexy. She like this. She said, son, I guess like, I think she had like contacts in or something like that. I don't remember if it was contact or natural eye color, but no matter what, it looked banging, right? So, mind you, I slid up on it or whatever. I'm like, damn, you got some pretty ass eyes. She was like, oh, thank you, I get that all the time. I didn't ask you about all that. The compliment coming from me, so I wanted to be special coming from me. You feel what I'm saying? Don't tell me about all this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Well, listen, right? So I told her like, yo, you got some banging ass eyes or whatever. She's like, oh, you know, thank you. So I'm like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, you know, you cute as hell. We should most definitely chop it up. Now, this around the time I actually start messing with girls on some like applying pressure shit, and not applying pressure in the sense of like stalking or all that weird shit. I mean like getting into the habit of being direct and trying not to waste time and being more forward, right? So boom, we chopping it up or whatever, and I'm like, if you free this weekend, let's catch a movie. We ain't catching no scary movie. We caught like one of them like them little corny romantic / action movies. And not action in the sense of like, you know, actually fun action, like toxic shit, like the couple arguing, they get back together, then, you know, like family issues, all that type of stuff, right? So I'm like, you know, let's catch a movie and we gonna see where things go. So we met up at one of my favorite movie theaters or whatever. Now, you know, off the rip, you know, she was kind of blowing my shit or whatever, right? The date really should have never happened, but you know, I kept pursuing with it, right? Cool. So we get to the theater or whatever, you know, and I think she parked all the way like in the middle of the mall parking lot. But you know how when it comes to the movies or whatever, you know how the credits roll. So if to say the movie start at like 7:30, it really start at like 7:55, maybe 8 o'clock, right? But you know, I said we was gonna go to the movie early, and even though the credits roll for a little bit, go to the movies and we can spend that little time chopping it up, that 20 to 25 minutes, had a popcorn, the slushy and stuff already ready, right? So boom, so that way we could be set to go. Shorty wanted to stroll around the mall, do all this little extra stuff. So y'all, this shit still had me crying to this day. I remember we got in front of the I remember we got in front of the theaters, right? And I did some funny shit. So she was like, oh, I'm not mad or whatever, but we could have went into the theater, because when we first met up, she tried to give me like one of them little like church hugs, not the like full body hug to where y'all bodies like feel warm as hell together. It was like it was like this, like it was like the little hunchback hug or whatever, right? So sometimes when a date start off like that, you be like, I don't know about this one. Well, it's in the sense of like I don't want to touch them, but let me see how this go or whatever, right? So we had caught a little movie or whatever, but before we had went in, I told her, I turned her around, I grabbed her hand and I turned her around. I was like, listen, I was like, you giving me a hard time, I don't play that shit. I was like, listen, I was like, you trying to give me a hard time, I don't play that shit. I was like, we gonna have a good day. I was like, we gonna make this day count. I was like, I ain't pop out for no reason, you could go home. She like, oh boy, I drove 30 minutes, you gonna send me home? I was like, if I have to, I will. Like, y'all like, y'all still on business. I was like, if I have to, I will. We gonna do that. I was like, we gonna go in here, we gonna get the popcorn, we gonna sit down and we gonna talk, right? So alright, cool. So we go in the little theater or whatever. I get the tickets and we go up to the theater. There's literally nobody in there. It's mostly dead. I think it was like this little Mexican couple, but they always was out the way or whatever, right? So they out the way. Me and her sitting at the top, so we chopping it up or whatever, before the movie starts. She's like, yeah, you real cute or whatever. She like, yeah, I'm glad you hit me up and everything. So mind you, I'm looking past all the red flags. I'm like, all that extra stuff don't matter. Not paying attention to the hug. The fact that, she damn near probably would have tried to miss half of the movie to stroll around. I'm like, it is what it is, man. We gonna be good. So, we get up there, we chopping it up or whatever. So the movie come on. I got my arm around her or whatever. We eating a little bullshit popcorn, sipping on the little slushy or whatever. So we just chopping it up, right? Mind you, she came out looking good as hell. I give it to you. Came out in some all black. It was towards like where the wind was about to kick in. Like, what was that? Maybe early October or whatever. Y'all know how October is. Like, sometimes the beginning be hot, then the middle be cold as hell, then it go back hot, then September hot, then. And I said some bullshit. I said September, then November hot, then middle of November cold, December cold, then January hot. Like, it's all over the place, right? Mind you, she came out looking good or whatever. So we actually vibing. Like, it wasn't really crazy stuff or whatever. It wasn't all over the place. So we chilling, and I'm like, I bet I'm gonna see if this fall through or whatever, right? But see, mind you, it's crazy that when I was a virgin, a lot of people could tell you that. Like, you would have never known until, like, if I would have told you myself, because, like, I wasn't the typical virgin that was walking around, like, all, like, defeated. So I was still bagging girls or whatever, but it's just that I was scared to make that type of move happen. You get what I'm saying? So it's not that I couldn't get girls, because people before would have been like, yo, you was a virgin at this time. Like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I would have never known that. But it wasn't because, like, I wasn't on, like, no incel shit. It was, like, I was making stuff happen up to the point of, like I could say the hanky-panky time, and then it was like, I kind of cop out or whatever, right? To each his own. It is what it is. You got something to say, and meet me outside and I smack shit out you, right? So at that time, we chopping it up or whatever. So we kicking it, we vibing, and she's like, you got some cool vibes or whatever. You seem pretty chill, and like, as the movie going on, she on Instagram, looking at some bullshit. She like, oh yeah, when I came across your picture, you to me you sounded like King Von, like some little weird shit. I was like, what? Anybody who knows, like, you could watch this video, then listen to King Von. We sound nothing alike. Get what I'm saying? Back then, I was sounding like motherfucking Patrick. Like, what? Talking about some King Von, but anyway, like I said, to each his own. So we chopping it up or whatever. So we going through the movie. So we ain't really paying attention to it anyway. I'm over here trying to mac. We over here flirting and all that. Popcorn. Sipping on the little ice slushies or whatever. Cool, right? So the movie down there end. So we get up and I'm like, yo, what you about to do? You should come at the shit or whatever, right? So we end up going back to my spot, right? And then this is one of them times where she was all over the place, right? All over the place. Wait, no, it wasn't the same day. So the first time was the movie, right? And I said we should link again because I had work, I remember. So I said I had work, right? So I'm like, yo, we should link again next week. So I'm like, come over to the crib or whatever. We could chop it up, we could kick it, and we can make some things happen, right? So she's like, alright, cool, bruh. Mind you, this the same day me and the homie was supposed to go to New York, right? We supposed to go to New York City. Mind you, me and the homie was supposed to go around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and shorty came over like 5:45, right? Bro, when I tell you, this day was just all over the place. So she came through or whatever, sat down on the bed. So, you know, I got the room set up. I'm like, yo, we about to get this shit popping. I'm like, we about to get it popping, man. We about to make it happen, right? Like, all right, cool. So she come over, sit on the bed, we chopping it up or whatever. But I'm like, you know, we kind of got the basics of each other out on the first date. So I'm looking like, you know, a little small talk, how you been, you know, chop it up about how her week or whatever went. I say a few things about mine. I'm like, yo, let's get this popping. Nah, you know, I think, you know, we should take a little bit of time or whatever. So I'm like, you know, all right, cool. You know, not gonna be like too pushy or whatever. You know, we gonna keep it chill. So I'm like, you know, I bet, right? So we chopping it up. You know, we sitting, kicking it. And then I'm like, you know, we gonna make this happen or whatever. You know, it's the right move would have been, you know, to just, you know, get out of there, because in them type of situations you want to be like more careful or whatever. But, you know, so I was like, all right, boom, you know, we could just, you know, get out of here and, you know, keep it at that, right? So as we chopping it up or whatever, you know, she's still on some, you know, I like you or whatever, but, you know, I think we should just take some more time, right? So I'm on some shit. I'm like, nah, you know, I ain't really trying to do all that. So, you know, we kissing, then, you know, I'm kissing her, she kissing me, then we back off, we talking about some bullshit. We talking about life goals, the mall, then we go back to the movie, then we start talking about shoes and fashion, all this extra stuff. She asking like, oh, where you get this hoodie from? I'm like, yeah, you know, I ordered it a while ago, I don't even remember, like, it's all over the place. I'm like, yeah, where you get your hoodie from? You looking good in it. Like, it's funny because it's no type of sequence, like it's no, how can I say it? It's no consistent sequence. Like, it's like we talking about clothes, then we slipping flirting, then we going back to like shoes, and then we come back to just like looking at each other. And then when it get awkward as us looking at each other, we'll probably kiss each other to cut the awkwardness out, then go back, right? So it's just all over the place. So we talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Now, mind you, I told you I was supposed to meet the homie around 8:30, 9 o'clock, right? So I look up, she came over when it was mostly dark, because the winter time, 5:45, 6 o'clock, kind of, it's like the nighttime, you can say, right? So, you know, she came over 5:45. So next thing you know, I look up, it's damn near 8 o'clock. So we've been chopping it up about the same stuff, the same pattern, slippers, covers, all this extra stuff, right? So I'm looking like, nah. I said, listen, listen, I'm going somewhere in a minute. I said, you know, we gonna have to get this popping or whatever. Oh yeah, you know, it's gonna happen. You know, give me some more time. I'm like, damn, from 5:45 to 8, 2.5 hours. I'm like, damn, how much time you need? Like, I'm like, it ain't shit else to say at this point. There's really nothing else to say. Like, I don't even got a damn another word in me. Like, get what I'm saying? All I got is blue balls at this point. All I got is blue balls. My shit is up. I'm like, that's all I really could do, right? So she's like, it's gonna happen. So we still chopping it up. So the homie called me or whatever, right? So I'm like, all right, hold up, gang. And I text him, I'm like, yo, we still on? He like, yeah, you want me to slide? Mind you, it's like 8:15. So I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yo, be over here at 9:30. We gonna make it happen, right? So I'm trying to give it some more time. So we still chopping it up about nothing. 9 o'clock come. He like, yo, I'm on the way. So instead of me being on some like, I bet, you know, come back, I'm trying to get a quickie in. So I'm like, yo, you know, my homie about to come over or whatever. I'm like, you know, come on, 5 minutes, we gonna make it happen. So she like 5 minutes. So I'm like, yeah, you know, 5 minutes, we gonna make it happen or whatever, right? So she's like, you know, nah, that's not enough time. So now she trying to tie it into, nah, 5 minutes not gonna be enough time, because don't no female want no quickie like that. I said, damn, you probably could have had 2 hours or the whole time we was here, but you know, that's my fault as the man. We talking about some BS or whatever, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So turns out the homie actually comes, and this nigga, he texts me like, yo, gang, I'm outside. Mind you, I'm in some green Yeezy slides, some New Balance pants, and a babe hoodie, with a shirt under that's from like some old ass cartoon or whatever, right? So I'm like, listen, bro, my man said, I'm like, you know, we gonna have to do this another time, right? So boom, she get up or whatever. So I walking downstairs, the homie on the porch, he laughing, you know, he all like, yo, gang, you cracked that I'm like, nah, waste of time, my guy. So me and him head to the city, right? She like, okay, you know, next time I come, I really want to do it, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, let's make it happen, right? So I think it was like 5 days later. No, that was on a Friday. I think she came back Monday, right? So cool. The weekend went past. And for me, I was working 2 jobs at the time. I'm OD tired or whatever. So I got home and I took a shower, then I hopped right in the bed. Mind you, room spick and span already, I'm clean, right? So I hopped right in the bed, and I was supposed to set a timer for like 10 minutes, like one of them quick, like 10-15 minutes, one of them quick power naps. I'm like, all right, boom, I'm clean, right? One of them quick power naps, so I could get up, probably wash my face, and be ready when she come, right? Mind you, it went from 10 minutes to a half an hour. So it turns out the minute I woke up, she like, yo, I'm parked in front of your house or whatever. So I get up, but luckily I took a shower already. So I get up, I wash my face off real quick, I go downstairs to get her. She walks up, boom, come in the room or whatever. You know, we give each other a little hug. The hug was a little better this time. No grandma hug, no Pastor Barbara hug, so I'm good. Give me a good hug or whatever. Spin her around for a little 360. I'm like, you know, good to see you. She like, yeah, good to see you too. Now at this point, we done talked about so much BS. I'm guess she more on the verge of like, you know, let's make it happen or whatever, right? So sit down on the bed and, you know, we chilling. So she kind of try to go down the route a little bit of talking about all that banter, but at this point I'm like, come on, bro, like come on, G. So I think she tried to talk about, you know, like something that happened on Instagram. I think some rapper got into this. I'm like, bro, fuck all that. Like, listen, bro, it's time to go. Like, it's go time. So she like, alright, cool, you know, we can do that or whatever. So for me, I start off the mood by trying to play a little TJ. It was one of my favorite songs. Niggas can say what they want. Say what they want. They must not want me to win. Win. You get what I'm saying? So, well, that's not how the beat go, but you know, I'm exaggerating, right? So I play that, right? But then mind you, like, I ain't know what I was doing. Like, it was just all over the place. Like, bro, I had the room bright as hell. Like, it's no type of mood setting. Like, how this lighting is, imagine going outside and looking at the sun times 10. Like, bro, the room bright as hell, right? I had new light bulbs in. Like, it was just, the mood was like, was all weird. Like, we sitting on the room in the bed looking at each other, the room bright as hell. Like, for me now, it's mostly better to have like kind of like a dim setting, right? So for example, hold up, what my thing got? Like, how y'all see my ring light, right? Like how, let's say if I put it like this, kind of like this, right? And then I put it like that, and then like I turn some music on or whatever, right? That'll mostly set the mood a little better. But we know like this, you know, I'm doing the video, so of course I want to have the best lighting. So I had the room bright as hell or whatever. So we both started laughing. She like, damn, we gonna do all this, the room bright as hell or whatever. Mind you, the room bright is hot as hell. I was too cheap to buy a good AC. So I used to have like a fan. But the fan, it was just like a dust attractor. I swear to God, no matter how many times you clean it, I will literally put the front part of the fan in the shower, right? Turn the hot water on, let all the dust and all that drip off, still go nowhere. The next day, it seemed like the motherfucker came out the drain, the dust came out the drain, went right back on the fan, right? I'm like, alright, cool, I can't control this. So I'm trying to wipe the inside, like the actual fan parts, you know, off. Shit still didn't work. So at this point, I'm assed out. I'm like, alright, we gonna have to do what it do. So I'm already sweating, right? The minute, you know, we start kissing or whatever, I'm already like sweating bullets. I'm like, ah, damn. So she's like, could you turn the lights off? So the only thing that set the mood was the fact I had a speaker, but that had like the rainbow LED lights in it, right? So I had me like a little mini speaker, and I had it like on my dresser or whatever. So as the music playing, like the LED lights flashing, so it's like red, purple, you get what I'm saying? So that kind of, it made things a little better. So I had to, it's funny, like I ain't even put like no specific playlist on. I had no type of songs for setting the mood. I just had anything playing. So we started kissing or whatever, right? And I'm on you, I'm nervous. So my shit's like gummy. So like I'm on some like I'm on some like damn. I'm like nah, this motherfucker gotta get up, man. So, you know, she turned over for back shots or whatever, and you know, like I watched my shit go from like this, bro, went right there, like he went right down. So I'm also I'm like ah shit. So she's like, come on, what's taking so long? I'm over here stuttering. She's like, yo, what's taking so long? I'm like, yo, hold on, I got you. So I'm looking down or whatever. I'm like, nah. I'm like, come on, get up. So I don't want to get too explicit on this part, but you know, us guys, we been in like, you know, in that situation where you try to you try to like 1-2 it, so that way you hope like it could get up. So if you at least get it up and it go right in, like, you know, you'll kind of like feel it more. But for me, that shit just wasn't working, right? So at this time, you know, of course you might not know what you like in the bedroom or certain things that'll get you like riled up or whatever. So I'm just like going through the motions at this point. So we start kissing or whatever, it get up a little bit, you know, come back out. You know, we try missionary, we try kissing a little bit or whatever, it come back out, right? I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, nah, I gotta find, you know, the perfect moment or whatever, right? So one thing I learned about me, I'm like, I bet, you know, I was a big fan of kissing. So that's what, you know, that's what made me realize that in that point. Cause I realized, you know, when we're kissing a little bit, you know, things would get a little more intensified. But when I was just trying to, you know, like rush and get right into it, it's like, alright, nah, it's ass. So I realized, like, alright, cool, a little more foreplay to have it, right? So we start kissing or whatever, and then we do missionary, and mind you, it get right up and it go right in. So like, I don't know nothing about like stroking or whatever. So, you know, I'm just on some like, you know, basically like pumping, going through the motions or whatever, right? So we still playing the music, and mind you, this mean ass Jersey Club song come on. So I'm in missionary, that shit was like, wow, what's your whole shit hold, so yo, we both start laughing, but my shit's still inside her though. So my shit's still inside her, and we both just fell over. Like, I'm on top of her and she on like the bottom of me, and yo, we just busted out laughing. She like, yo, what the hell? She like, you don't got no music for this for these type of settings or whatever? I was like, nah. I was like, keep it a buck with you. I was like, this what I do it to or whatever, right? So mind you, I took my shit out or whatever. So, you know, I went and played another song. I think I put the same song back on replay, but then I think I just put it I just put the same song on replay or whatever, and I just kept it at that. So, you know, we did what we did or whatever. But then, like, yo, after that, bro, I'm telling you, I don't know if it was because it was my first time or it was good or whatever, bro. Like, bro, I was drained for a minute. Like, yo, I was drained for like 5 days straight. I swear to God, I was just drained. I felt like OD tired or whatever. I guess because, you know, like, you get so used to, like, you know, pleasing yourself or whatever. So like, then like, it's so intensified like when you had it like with another person or whatever. So I guess like it took way more energy out of me, because, you know, when you do it with yourself, you kind of like put like a, how can I say it, you know, like when you do it with yourself or whatever, you know, I can say you probably watching it off of a screen, or, you know, you're doing it however you do it, but it's like, it probably don't feel like, damn, I don't even want to say it's pleasurable, but I'm just trying to say, like, you know, it feel better with somebody else though. So I guess the fact, like I said, it was more intensified or whatever, you know, it kind of had drained me for a little bit. But I think that was on a Monday, bro. I swear to God, I didn't get back in the mood to probably like Friday. Like, that shit was different, man. But yeah, y'all, that's my story, man. They were just all over the place. It went from me trying to be stern into the movies to talking about clothes, going to New York, you know, her coming back. It was just all over the place, man. But y'all, I appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. Love y'all niggas, I'm gone.
Turn up with your dogs, or you gon' turn up by yourself? You gon' go get on your grind, or you gon' sit